Welcome to the Class of Kings. Good evening, everybody.
Anybody remember the name of this lesson, unit number 5? Okay, anybody remember all the lessons that we covered so far? Anybody? Yeah. What was the first lesson we did? Anybody?
Lifestyle of our ancestors.
Lifestyle of our ancestors. Yes. What is the economic style? How our ancestors lived? How they cultivated their paddy fields or chain lands? Agriculture. How did the agriculture? How the economy worked? We learn about those things, right? Trade. How they did their business. And second lesson, anybody remember?
Kings of our country.
Renowned kings of our country. Okay, this is real history, right? We spoke about a few very important kings in that unit. Some kings ruled Anuradhapura kingdom, like King Manavamma, King Sena the first, King Sena the second. And some kings ruled Polonnaruwa kingdom, like Vijayabahu the first. We spoke about Vijayabahu the first, Parakramabhahu the first, King Nishankamalla. These are the few kings that we discussed. Yes, if you remember. And in the third unit, what was the name of the third
Our
unit?
cultural heritage.
Our cultural heritage. Okay. Our cultural heritage. Things that we can be proud of. Things that we are inheriting from our previous generations. Some things that we are getting from our previous generations can be touched. We call them tangible heritage. Some of those tangible heritage are also world heritage. That means they are not only important to us, but for the whole world. That is what we call world heritage. How many world heritage sites in Sri Lanka according to UNESCO?
6.
How many did we learn? Yes, 6. Yeah. So that is what we learned. Then we learned about the intangible heritage, our language, arts and crafts, poems, folk music, the art of sculpture or mask, and puppetry, these kind of things, right? If you remember, yeah. So we will, I'm just telling you. So you go and read the tute and understand these things better and watch the recording if you have to. Okay. This is what we learned in unit number 3, yeah, if you remember. Then unit number 4 is back to history again, back to the stories again. You remember? What was that? Unit number 4 there.
Ruling centers of later period.
Ruling centers of later periods. Okay. We had the first period, early periods, and then we had the later periods. Okay. So in the early periods, we had 2 kingdoms. Early period, or at the initial era. Era means period. So what are the 2 kingdoms that existed at the beginning or in the early periods? Anybody? Anuradhapura and yes. What is the other one? Anuradhapura is the first kingdom, is it? Yeah.
Anuradhapura kingdom and Polonnaruwa kingdom.
Polonnaruwa is the second kingdom. These 2 kingdoms are called ruling centers. We can say ruling centers in the early periods, or we can call them Rajarata kingdoms. Okay, Rajarata kingdoms, or kingdoms in the dry zone, because these 2 cities are in the dry zone. You can call them kingdoms in the dry zone, or you can simply call them kingdoms in the early periods, because these 2 are the first 2 kingdoms. Okay. Then we spoke about the other kingdoms that existed in the later periods. So we didn't talk about these 2 kingdoms much in unit number 3, but we spoke about the ruling centers in later periods. Okay. There were several ruling centers that we discussed in the later periods. So this is the early period. This is the later period. Who can remember them in order? The ruling centers in the later periods. Remember the poem I taught you? Yeah. What are the ruling centers in the later periods that we learned in unit number 4?
Anuradhapura, Polonnaruwa.
Anuradhapura, Polonnaruwa is for the early period. Okay, I'm talking about this one. Yeah.
Dambadeniya.
Dambadeniya, very good. Good start.
Yapahuwa.
Yapahuwa. Someone else tell me next. Someone else tell me next.
Gampola Kotte. Gampola Kotte.
Kurunagala, Gampola,
Kotte.
Kotte. Okay. What is the poem we learned to remember this? Remember? We learned a poem, right? to remember all these in order? You remember the poem? If you remember the poem, it's easy to remember this. What is that poem? Anybody remember?
Apo daya kusiye gamirisko.
Yeah, Apo Daya Pusiye Gamiris Ko. Yeah. Apo Daya Kusiye Gamiris Ko. Apo Anuradhapura Polonnaruwa. Apo Daya Dambadeniya Yapahuwa. Kusiye Kurunegala. Gamiris Gampola. Kotte. Or Ko is for Kotte. Okay. So what is the last kingdom in our country? Anybody? Remember?
Kandy.
Kandy is the last one, but we didn't learn about it, right? Yeah, we will learn about it in grade 8. Okay, I told you this. And there was another kingdom started after Polonnaruwa kingdom. We
Jaffna.
don't know exactly. Yeah, that is why we wrote it in the side, right? Jaffna kingdom. Jaffna is also there. So these are some, or these are many kingdoms that started after Polonnaruwa. Okay, so here this set, this is mainly and plus Jaffna, this one plus Jaffna. This is what we learned in unit number 4, right? And this set of kingdoms mainly are called ruling centers in the later periods. This is what we learned in the previous lesson, okay? Easy, right? Yeah. And now we are going to world history, okay? In this lesson, now we have been talking too much about Sri Lanka stuff, right? In the first lesson, we spoke about how our ancestors lived, how people in Sri Lanka lived. Sri Lanka. Second lesson also how Anuradhapura, Polonnaruwa were renowned kings of our country, how they lived, what were their services. The third lesson, our cultural heritage, Sri Lankan cultural heritage. Fourth lesson, ruling centers in later periods, Sri Lanka's kingdoms. But here in the fifth lesson, we are going to learn about world history, okay? We are going to learn about the world's history. Yeah, a little bit about it, okay? Not much, right? Okay. So you know, same like Sri Lanka had kingdoms, same like India also had kingdoms. Many areas or many countries or many areas in the world also had their kingdoms and empires. Okay. So first of all, let's talk about what is a kingdom and an empire. So what is a kingdom? You know the difference between a kingdom and an empire? I taught you this in class, but let's see who can remember.
Kingdom is one kingdom and an emperor is a collection of kingdom.
Okay.
A kingdom with many cities.
So who is ruling a kingdom, Bhutan?
A
One
King will rule a kingdom. What about queens? There were queens also. We will call them king. Okay, no problem. Yeah. There were queens also who ruled kingdoms. Okay, king or queen we can say. Yeah. Okay. Who will rule an empire?
Emperor.
Emperors, right? Emperors. Oh, there were female versions also. Empress. Yeah. Right. So, what is the difference between these two mainly? A kingdom is an area ruled by a king which has a border, definite border. Okay, this is the kingdom, let's say, right? Anuradhapura kingdom, for example, right? Anuradhapura. So this has borders. Okay, Sri Lanka is the border of Anuradhapura kingdom, for example, right? When King Dutugamunu united Sri Lanka, the whole Sri Lankan island became part of the Anuradhapura kingdom. That is the border. So Sri Lanka's border is the border of Anuradhapura kingdom. A kingdom is something like that. A kingdom is a definite area, an area marked by a border ruled by a king. But an empire is an expanding kingdom or a collection of many kingdoms. Okay. So say, for example, if you want to be a king, you can rule one kingdom. But if you want to be an emperor, you have to capture other kingdoms or you have to get the support of other kingdoms, maybe by waging war or maybe by getting their support to join you. You know, it works by war or by peace also, right? And then what you do is you join other kingdoms to your kingdom. Let's say there's another kingdom here, you join it. Okay. Then another kingdom here, you join that kingdom to your kingdom. So this kingdom is expanding now. Your kingdom is expanding now. That becomes an empire. Okay, empire. Then these kingdoms also have kings. Yes, correct? Now you are the king here. You are the big king now, right? Do these kingdoms have kings? Sometimes in war they get killed, or sometimes they support you, they surrender, or they support you. Then they will accept you as the emperor. You will become an emperor. Okay, so an empire is an expanding kingdom, or a combination of many kingdoms, or that kingdom is expanding, okay, getting bigger. That is what you call an empire. And a kingdom is normally a certain area with a certain border ruled by a king. Okay, so that is the difference between kingdoms and empires. Now, here this lesson is ancient civilizations of the world. Now in grade 6, Pute, if you remember, you learned a few civilizations in the world. Anybody can remember a couple of them?
Maya. Egyptian civilization.
Egyptian civilization, okay. Egyptian civilization is also called Nile Valley civilization because it is built around the banks or valley of the Nile River. Nile River is the longest river in the world. We call it the Egyptian civilization, correct?
Maya
Yes.
civilization.
Okay.
Civilization.
What is the other one? What is the third one? Somebody said? In grade 6. What you learn? Did you learn Indus Valley civilization? Remember? Yeah?
Yes, sir.
Indus Valley civilization, you remember, right? What are the two cities, if you remember, tell me, in the Indus Valley civilization? You forgot. Most of you, I know. It's okay. No problem. Then Chinese civilization or Huang Ho Valley civilization, was it there? I don't remember the grade 6
Yes,
semester.
Was there?
Yeah, I taught for grade 6 in 2019 last. Okay, I didn't teach after that. Yeah, it's been 6 years. Okay, since I taught for grade 6. I never taught a grade 6 class after that. Grade 7 also. My last grade 7 class was in 2021. Yeah, 2021 or 22 beginning, January or something. After that, I never got to touch the grade 7 stuff. It was this year we started an online class, yeah, because I was teaching only grade 10 and 11 after 2021. So yeah, Huang Ho Valley civilization or the Chinese civilization, very old civilization as well. We spoke about a few civilizations like this, okay, in grade 6. So if you remember from your own words, tell me what do you understand by the word civilization? What is a civilization? Now a kingdom, I told you. What is a kingdom? A king is ruling an area or a state, that is called a kingdom. And that kingdom is expanding, or that kingdom is getting bigger, or that kingdom is a combination of many kingdoms. We can call it an empire. But what is a civilization?
Certain time
Yes.
period.
Which is civilized.
What is civilized means?
A certain time period where people lived. It like changes.
Okay, certain time period that changes. Okay, think. It's okay, no problem. No right or wrong answer. It's okay. Think. I'm not telling. Now you have to think. What is a civilization? Now you know what is a kingdom, right?
Progress of a human being.
Very good. Okay, good start. Like civilization is a settlement. Like civilization is a place where people lived, and like one Buddha said, it should show some progress of the human life there. Yeah. Basically, a civilization is a proper human society. Okay. So this civilization can be anywhere, right? Like we learned in grade 6. It can be in India today, Pakistan, India, this area today. It can be in China, it can be in Egypt. Okay. So it can be in different places like Mesopotamia or modern day Iraq, Iran, this area. So there were many civilizations like this. So civilization is a society. Okay, let me show you the definition of it. So civilization is a complex human society, meaning that the human society is advanced. Okay, so uncivilized means you are living in the jungle, then you don't have a proper society, right? Let's say you are living in jungles, you are doing hunting. That is not a civilization. Okay, a civilization is when you start building a society. What is building a society? You are building houses, you are building families, you are having rules and regulations, you are making or you are introducing a ruling system, government system, and you have different people to take care of different roles in the society. You have officers, okay, you have levels in the government, like these people have these responsibilities like this. So it is complex, and your culture is also very developed. Okay, your culture, your language is good, you know how to communicate. Okay, but if you are living in the jungle, you follow the jungle law, right? You mingle with the animals, and that is how you live in the jungle. That is not a civilization. But when you start building a society, when you start building a village, the village becomes a city, the city becomes a kingdom, like this, right? So this is what we call a civilization. Okay, so nobody will ask you to write what is a civilization, but I just discussed that for you to understand what is a civilization. So if the human society is advanced, if the human society is complex, with proper organization of it in all levels, we call it a civilized society. If the human society is not advanced, they are living basic, they are living in a basic style, like in the jungle, hunting, going from place to place. This society is not civilized. Okay, so a civilized society means it will be an advanced society. People will live in properly planned cities or villages, properly planned. People will communicate very well with each other. People will have their duties to perform in the society. People will be ruled by a proper government. People's culture, language, everything will be advanced. That kind of a society is called a civilization. Okay, everybody understand? No, then nobody will ask you to write it, but I'm just telling you to understand. Okay, just you understand. Uncivilized means if anybody is behaving like he is living in a jungle, that those kind of things we call uncivilized. Civilized means if anybody is living according to rules and regulations, they know what to do, they know what is good and what is bad, then we call them civilized people. They're educated, they follow the law, they respect the people. You know what I mean? Okay, so we call it a civilized man. Okay, we call him a civilized man if one man is living in a high standard. If one man is living like he is living in a jungle, we call him uncivilized. So a civilization means a society that is advanced, a group of people who are living in a place who are advanced. Okay, who are advanced means their language is advanced, their government is advanced, their city is advanced, their technology is advanced, their culture is advanced. That is what you call civilization. So we had many civilizations like this in the world. Okay, many civilizations. Sri Lanka also, we can say, it's not a world standard civilization, but Sri Lanka also had a civilization. What is our first civilization? Yeah, that is our first kingdom itself. You can call it.
Anuradhapura.
Yeah, Anuradhapura. Yeah, we can call it Anuradhapura civilization, no problem, because before Anuradhapura kingdom was established, we did not live in proper cities. Our society was not complex or high standard. When we built Anuradhapura kingdom, we introduced a government and our society became advanced. Then later religion came and we embraced Buddhism, our society became advanced. So we can call Anuradhapura kingdom as our first civilization. Yes? Okay. So Buddha, here's what you need to learn here. Okay. You know, we had many civilizations in many areas in the world. Our target here is to not discuss everything. Okay. But there are some civilizations which are very, very important. Why? Because they gave a huge message, or because of their lessons, the other civilization or the modern world or the world that we are living today got to learn so many things. Okay, because of the lessons given by those civilizations. Okay. For example, I tell you one example. Egyptian civilization, during Egyptian civilization, they built tall structures called what were they? The pyramids, right? Yeah, the pyramids. So when the Egyptian civilization built pyramids, people in the world knew that huge buildings can be made. So today we are continuing to build huge buildings. Why? Because we were inspired by the pyramids. Pyramids were built more than 3,000 years ago. And now we are thinking today that if people in Egypt could build such tall buildings more than 3,000 years ago, why can't we do it today? So, meaning that we have learned the lessons from the Egyptian civilization. So, similarly, every civilization in this world has taught so many things to the humankind. Okay. So we are here to discuss about two very special civilizations in this lesson. There were many civilizations in the world. You learned some of them last year. And this year we have two very special civilizations to learn about. And those two civilizations are the Greek civilization and the Roman civilization. Okay, Greek and Roman. Those are the two civilizations we are learning this year. Okay. Now tell me, we are living in 2025 in Sri Lanka. Okay. What is our golden civilization in our country? What do you think? What is our golden era? What is our golden period? Now, tell me what you think. Today is our golden period, or we had a better period before? We had some
We
better
had a
times.
better period before.
Okay, when is it? Which kingdom or which civilization or whatever you call it?
Anuradhapura.
Anuradhapura, yes, that is our golden period. Polonnaru also, we can say. Okay. Kandy was also very proud. Kandy was also a proud kingdom. Yeah, the last kingdom. But Anuradhapura, Polonnaru, they are golden eras. Okay. So whatever the lessons that we are learning today, we like to live to that standard. Okay. We want to be inspired, or we want to look at those golden times. We were very strong when we were having Polonnaruwa kingdom. Our army was so strong that we could go and invade another country. Okay, other countries surrendered to us. Our army was very strong in the region. During Anuradhapura kingdom, our political power was very, very stable. That is why Anuradhapura kingdom existed for 1400 years. So we like to look back at that. Okay, Buddhism came to the country during Anuradhapura kingdom. We had very good relationships with other countries. We had our problems, true. I mean, every day is not the same, right? There will be good days and there will be bad days, right? Every day is not Christmas. Yeah. Hamadama Nattal again. Yeah. So there will be good days and bad days. So we have to face that. In life also, it's the same. So we had good days. We had many good days, I would say, in Anuradhapura kingdom. We had a few bad days. Yes, bad times were there. It will always be there. So now we want to look back at those and be happy, be proud about it, learn the lessons from it. So similarly, Buddha, you think Europe today is very developed? You think Europe is good? What is Europe? Europe is a continent, right? Many countries in Europe. Tell me two countries in Europe. Yeah, you know.
Portugal,
Portugal, okay. Good big countries, strong countries in Europe.
UK,
UK, yes. United Kingdom or England, England plus other countries. UK, United Kingdom, yeah. Any other country that you know very powerful in Europe? Starts with an F.
Finland.
France. Okay. Don't you know France? Any other country you know where the best cars in the world coming from?
USA.
In Europe, I'm talking about Europe.
China.
Best cars in the world are coming from where? What do you think?
Dubai.
Okay. Have you heard of this car, Mercedes Benz, BMW?
Yes.
Okay, where are they coming from?
Germany.
Germany. Yeah, Germany is a country in Europe. Yeah. Tell me another country you know, good country, strong country.
Belgium,
Many countries are there, right? in
Brazil.
Europe. Brazil is not in Europe, okay? Yeah. Brazil
Belgium,
is in America, South America.
Switzerland.
Yeah. Switzerland,
Belgium,
yes.
England,
Iceland.
Finland,
Iceland,
yes,
Denmark,
correct.
England,
Denmark,
Iceland.
yes,
England.
correct.
Ireland.
Ireland, correct. Good.
England,
I just told you a few countries, right? Spain. What about Spain? European country.
Italy.
Italy also from Europe, yes. So here we have, see, Uday, I will show you the, one second. I'll show you the Google map so you understand this better. Okay. Can you see the Google map? Yeah. Everybody
no sir,
Yes, sir.
can see now, right? Okay. So this is us. Can you see us? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Right. And this part is what, Pude? This part is Europe. This is the European continent. Okay. Yeah. So we are where, Pude? Which continent are we in?
Asian. Asia.
Asian continent, but Asian continent also has some parts, and which exact part are we in? We call it what Asia?
Indian Ocean.
South Asia,
South Asia. Yeah, South Asia is this part. Okay. So we are in South Asia, right? We belong to South Asia. Okay. Yes. And this part is called Central Asia. This part Central Asia because it's the middle of Asia, Central Asia. Okay. Then this part is called the Southeastern Asia. This part Southeast. Okay. This part is the Eastern Asia, we can say. Yeah, China. Also like China, both South and East. Okay, both. Yeah, can take it both. But China is not considered like, South Asian country. The South Asian countries are India, Sri Lanka, Pakistan, Nepal, Afghanistan also you can say, Bangladesh. These countries are South Asian countries. Okay. So here we have different continents in the world, right? So all these continents, they have their histories. Okay. They have their great kingdoms. They have their great civilizations. In our area in South Asia, we had the Indus Valley civilization. In China, in Asia, we had several civilizations. Okay. Yeah. And in Europe also, in Europe, this is the Europe you are talking about, very powerful countries today, very developed countries today, like United Kingdom or UK, including England, France, Netherlands, Spain, Germany, Italy, Switzerland, Austria, Denmark, Sweden, Norway, Finland. These countries are all very developed countries today, very rich countries, developed countries. Yeah, we want to go there one day. Like you will love to go there also. One day, if you see the photos and stuff like that, you will love to go there.
excuse
Right.
me sir,
1 second. So these all I told you, like all these continents, they also have had their golden times. Okay, and they like to learn the lessons from those golden times, and they want to become better. Same like we want to become better, learning the past. Why are we learning history? We are learning history to understand the good things that we did in the past and do better in the future. And we are also learning history to understand and learn the mistakes that happened from us in the past and learn not to repeat those mistakes again. That is why we are learning history. Okay. So similarly, Europe also has its history, and this continent is called Africa, right? This one, and then we have Asia here. Biggest continent is Asia. Okay, Asia is this whole part. Then we have Europe here, right? European countries are here. So all these continents have their history, have their past, and if you look at their past, they have their golden times, like we had our golden time, Anuradhapura Kingdom, or like in Asia, we had our golden time, Indus Valley Civilization, Huang Ho Valley Civilization. Europe also had two civilizations which they consider the golden times. It is like Anuradhapura and Polonnaruwa to us. It is the Greek civilization and the Roman civilization to the Europeans. They are the golden times of Europe. So Europeans today, they want to live like how the Greeks and Romans lived. Same like we want to live like how people in Anuradhapura and Polonnaruwa lived. Like, their standards. We like their standards because that is our golden times. That is our, good times. Yeah. So Europe is modern day Europe is built based on the lessons that they learned from the Greek and Roman civilizations. They are the golden times of Europe. Africa, we have the Nile Valley civilization or the Egyptian civilization. That is their golden time. Okay. Similarly, Europe have their golden times. That is the Greek and Roman civilization. Okay. So we, in this lesson, we will be focusing on those two civilizations, the Greek civilization and the Roman civilization. We will learn how those civilizations started, what kind of kingdoms existed in those civilizations, how the people lived in those civilizations, how people ruled or who are the rulers in those civilizations, what kind of arts and crafts, and how was the economic condition of those civilizations, how they managed to live or let's say do trade or do agriculture, what did they eat. We learn so many things about these two civilizations in this lesson. What are the two civilizations in Europe? Again, we are going to learn in this lesson. What is the first one? Greek civilization. And what is the other one, Pute?
Roman civilization.
Roman civilization. Okay. Civilization. Yeah. And the Roman civilization. Yes, Pute, somebody had a question.
Sir, I got the answers.
You got the answer? Okay. That's why I told you to wait. Yeah. Right. Okay. No problem. So let's now focus on where's Greece. Now, see, Pute, there are no many kingdoms today, right? In the world. Yeah. Any question? No? Right. Now you see, Pute, in the world now we have a lot of kingdoms in the world today? We have a few actually. Yeah. But most of these are what do we call these? Countries. Yes. We have countries today, right? Sri Lanka is a kingdom or a country? Yeah. Do we call it Sri Lankan kingdom? I'm living in Sri Lankan kingdom. I'm from kingdom of Sri Lanka. Yeah. If somebody is asking you, are you going to say that? Yeah. But there are kingdoms, a few. But most of these you see are what? Countries. Yeah. We call them states. Okay. So Sri Lanka is a state. State is a country. Yes. Okay. So most of these countries are called nation states. These are called nations. Okay, so one country is one nation. Yeah, one Sri Lanka, one nation. Have you heard this concept? Yeah, one nation, one Sri Lanka or something. Sri Lanka is also a nation today. Yeah, it is a country and it is a nation. So country means state. Country is a state. Okay, nation is the people who live in that country. So that is what you call a nation. So Sri Lanka is a nation. India is a nation and a country. Sri Lanka is a nation and a country. France is a nation and a country. French are the people who live there. The British are living in the United Kingdom. That is a nation. Spanish live in Spain. It's a nation. Okay, so today these are not civilizations. Today these countries are not kingdoms. Today they are called nation states. Okay, countries, in other words, simple words. Okay, so today Pute, we have a country called Greece. Can you see here, everybody? Today we have a country called Greece. Okay, but in the ancient times, 3000 years ago, it was the Greek civilization. It was, this area was home. This area was home to the Greek civilization. Okay. Today we have a country called Italy, and this country Italy, including this area Rome, was home to the Roman civilization. Okay, so these are the two civilizations we are going to learn in this lesson. But you can see that they are countries today. These areas have become different countries today. Okay, so Rome, this area have become part of Italy. So Roman civilization existed in the areas of modern day Italy. Today's Italy was home to the Roman civilization. Similarly, today's Greece, today's country called Greece, was home to the Greek civilization in the past, or many, many years ago. Okay. So Sri Lanka was home to which civilization? Yeah. China was home to which civilization?
Wangu civilization.
China was home to Komango civilization. Egypt was home to Egyptian civilization or Nile Valley civilization. Yeah. Now you understand the concept, right? So today these are different. Today we don't have kingdoms. Today we have kingdoms, a few in the world, right? Like Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Kingdom of Spain. They are also kingdoms. Like Kingdom of United Kingdom is also kingdom. Yeah. We have a few, but most of these countries are different now, right? Not kingdoms, but like countries. Okay. So here we will be focusing on these two, Roman civilization and the Greek civilization. Okay, in this lesson, right? Okay. So if you take a look at the Greek civilization, right? So this is based out of modern day Greece. Okay, so let's zoom in the Google map so we understand this better, right? Okay. We will take a old map also for you to understand this. Let me just explain you here. Okay, yeah, right. So in Greece, Greece is like a peninsula. It's not an island, right? You can see this country today called Greece. This area we are talking about, this area here, this area. Okay, so this area is it's a lot of islands here. You can see lot of small islands here, lot of mountains here, and then we have this type of a thing, we call it peninsula, and we have islands also here. Okay, so peninsula means it's like almost like an island, like almost surrounded by water, but one part is connected to the mainland, bigger land. Okay, that's what we call a peninsula. Okay, so here you can see there are many islands in Greece. This area was home to the Greek civilization. This is where the Greek civilization started, including this area. Okay, island. If you are talking about this area, there are two seas, one on the left or one on the west. This is the western side. Your left is the west in the world. Yeah, top is the north, right? Yeah, these are the directions, right? So this is the west, this is the south, this is the east, right? So to the west of Greece, we have a sea called Ionian Sea. To the west of Greece, Ionian Sea. Then to the right or to the east of Greece, we have the Aegean Sea. Okay, Aegean Sea. This is the Aegean Sea. Aegean Sea. This part is the what sea? Ionian Sea. Okay, these are the two seas that we are talking about, Aegean Sea and Ionian Sea. Okay, so here we have a huge sea. This area is a huge sea. This area, this whole area, that area is called the Mediterranean Sea. Mediterranean Sea. Okay, right? There are many seas here. So I'm just telling you on the west of Greece, or to the left of Greece, or to the west of Greece, west, left side on your map, and west in the world, proper directions. Okay, so on the west we have the Ionian Sea, and on the east we have the Aegean Sea. Okay, so these are the two seas that Greece is bordered. Okay, so here we can see Mediterranean Sea, that is the bigger sea. Ionian Sea is not very big. This area, Ionian Sea, we have the Aegean Sea here, this area. Everybody understand today? Everybody got it? Yeah, any questions? Okay, now we will open page number 64 in the book. I'm going to focus on that, and we are going to learn about a few more places that existed in the ancient Greek civilization. Okay, give me a minute. I had opened the book before, but I don't know how I lost it, and maybe accidentally it got closed. Yeah. So in this, I think in this map we can see some places. Okay. Yeah. Can you all see the map in the book? I'm zooming in a little bit. Yeah. Can you all see Bude? Confirm?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right. Okay. So we have Greece here, like I showed in the Google Maps. Google Map is the satellite map. That is the correct map. Then we have the Ionian Sea here. We have the Aegean Sea here. Yes, Bude.
Now in the cube, where is this?
Sorry, say again.
Sir, is it there in the cube?
Where?
There in the cube?
The TUD is not updated yet. Okay. This is the 5th unit. Okay. I have given you only 4 TUDs. Yeah. Okay. I will put in the TUD. Don't worry. Yeah. Okay. So here we have the Ionian Sea on the, what direction is this? Yes? West. To the west of Greece, we have Ionian Sea. To the east of Greece, we have Aegean Sea. To the south, we have what sea, Bude? Mediterranean Sea, big sea, okay, huge one, right? Okay. Now, Bude, you can see a lot of islands are there, right? Like a chain of islands, okay? A lot of islands here. All these islands have names, okay? But here you see a big island. Can you all see this island, big one, to the south of Greece? Yeah. And this island is called the island of what, Bude? Crete. Okay, Crete. Yeah. Island of Crete. Okay. So you have to remember these names, okay? So Greece, modern day Greece is a country, but Greek civilization was there here in this area before. So Greece was, or modern day, or today's Greece was home to the Greek civilization. Greek civilization is the one of the oldest civilizations in Europe. Yeah. Okay. So then on the left of, or onto the west of Greece, we have the Ionian Sea. Onto the east of Greece, we have the Aegean Sea. On the south, or towards the south of Greece, we have the Mediterranean Sea. Okay, right. Then we also have another big, very long island. It's a big and long island called the island of Crete. Okay, this place is important. Okay, I will tell you why. I will tell you why. Then this is the biggest island we can see of all these islands. Yeah, the chain of islands, right? Okay. Then we also have to remember a few more names here. We have to remember this word Athens. Athens. Today Athens is the capital of Greece, but Athens was a kingdom before. Athens was a state before. Athens was a country before. Athens was a kingdom before. I will tell you. Okay. Sparta. Then the other one is Sparta. Sparta was also a kingdom before. You can call it a nation or a state before, a city before. It was a city and it was a kingdom at the same time. Athens was also a city and a kingdom. Okay, I come to that. Okay, don't worry, just remember the names. Okay, remember the names that you have to remember. So these are important places, right? Okay. Then we have the Mount Olympus. Mount Olympus is the most it is the tallest and it is very famous, okay, in Greece, right? Let me show you that. This is also a very special place in Greece. Can you all see the Mount Olympus? Yeah, photos of it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's beautiful, right? Then let's go to the map and see where it is exactly.
Miss,
So it is,
sir, do they
yeah.
call it Mount Everest?
No, Mount Everest is the tallest mountain that is in Nepal, okay, next to India, right? Mount Olympus is the famous mountain in Greece, okay? It is not very, very tall, yeah, like Everest. Everest is the tallest mountain in the world, whole world, okay? You know the height of Everest? Anybody?
20,000 feet.
Yeah, something around, yeah, 8,800 some meters, yeah? More than 24,000 feet. Yeah. So here we have Mount Olympus. See, Mount Olympus is a very famous place, okay, in Greece. All right, now I'm going to ask you some questions, okay? What are the places that you remember now? Tell me about Greece. Yeah. Tell me 3 seas near Greece.
Aegean Sea,
Aegean Sea, Ionian Sea,
Ionian Sea,
Mediterranean Sea.
Aegean Sea,
Aegean Sea,
Mediterranean Sea. Yeah, Mediterranean Sea. Yes, correct. Very good. What sea? Very good. Yeah, you tried to say Mediterranean Sea, right? Yeah, correct. Very good. All right, I heard you. Thank you. And tell me one long island, remember, near Greece?
Crete.
Island, yes, Crete. Yeah, how do you write it?
Crere.
Crete. Yeah, okay. Tell me tell me the mountain that you remember from Greece.
Mount
Mount Olympus.
Mount Olympus, very good. Tell me I told you 2 cities which were also kingdoms.
Rome, Crete.
Sparta.
Not Rome, no. Rome is in Italy. Rome is the Roman civilization, okay? I'm talking about Greece here. Sparta, very good. You forgot the most important one. Starts with an A.
Crete.
Athens.
Athens. Okay. Crete was also a civilization. Crete was also it's a big island and it was also home to a settlement. Okay, like a kind of a civilization. But these are all part of the Greek civilization. Okay, this is what we need to understand. So these are some words that I just told you to remember. Okay, so nothing else, right? And then this area called Greece is the area that we just discussed is very, very good, very, very suitable for agriculture. And the climate of Greece is also very mild. Okay, it's Europe, no, so it's cold. It's not very hot like Arabia. Arabia is very hot, no, like deserts. It's not very hot and it is mild, and there were rivers flowing, mountains, rivers, and so it is very suitable for agriculture and human life, so people can live. Now people cannot live in the middle of the desert, no, or people cannot live in the glaciers or the ice mountains, right? So this area is very suitable for people to live, right? Very favorable, good soil, good for agriculture, good for animal husbandry, and there's water, there are rivers, there's the sea, there's the rivers, so good for agriculture because there are rivers, and the sea is there, good for trade. You can do business with other countries when there's the sea, right? You can do your trading, you can import, you can export what you want. So it is very favorable, we call it very suitable for a settlement. Okay, so we can understand, like around 3,000 to 4,000 years ago, people settled here, people started a civilization because it is very suitable for a civilization. Okay, right. So now let's take a look at how the Greek civilization started, right? How the Greek civilization started. So mainly Pute, Greek civilization started out of Crete. Okay, this area mainly. Firstly, okay. So mainly the Greek civilization started in area of Crete, that is about 4,000 years ago, right? About 4,000 years ago. And this civilization is called the Minoan civilization. Okay, Minoan. So let me tell you that one. I will give you the tune, don't worry. Just listen to me, listen to what I'm saying, and try to remember these points. Okay, I'll give you the tune so you can study leisurely later. I'll give you the notes. So there, mainly the Greek civilization started with Crete. Okay, Crete, or based on Crete Island. And then this civilization is called the Minoan civilization. Okay, and this civilization existed. This is part of Greek civilization. This is the beginning of Greek civilization. This existed about 2000 BC. What is 2000 BC, Bhute? Before?
Before Christ.
Before Christ. Yeah. So we are in which year now? 2025
5 AD.
AD. AD means Anno Domini, or we call it the current era, CE, or after Christ. Okay, AC. We can call it AC also, right? So 2025 AC. AC means after Christ. 2025 AD means Anno Domini. And we also can call it 2025 CE. CE means current era, right? Yeah, like modern times. Okay. So we are today in 2025 AD. If you go back 2025 years, we see 1 AD. Here, 1 AD is when, Pute?
The birth of Jesus Christ.
Exactly, the birth year of Jesus Christ. Okay, the year of birth. So now we have passed 2025 years since the birth of Jesus Christ. Okay, so now BC starts from here backwards, right? BC starts from here. This is AD. This is AD, and this one is BC. BC is before Christ. Okay, so 1 year before Jesus Christ was born, we call it 1 BC. 100 years before Jesus Christ was born, we call it 100 BC. And 2000 years before Jesus Christ was born, we can call it 2000 BC. Okay, so 2000 BC means how many years from today? How many years ago from today? Yeah,
Infinity.
think.
4025.
4025, yes. So see, Jesus Christ was born 2025 years ago from today. When was Jesus Christ was born? 2025 years ago from today. Okay, before 2025 years, Jesus Christ was born. And if something happened 1000 years even before, 1000 years even before Jesus Christ was born, that is 3025 years ago from today. Okay, so that is how you count it. So you add this, you add the BC to AD, you add these numbers, two numbers, to see how many years ago this happened. Okay, how many years ago this happened. So Lord Buddha lived in India about in 500 some BC. Okay, 560, I think, like something around that. So 500 540, yeah, something like that. So let's say 500, easy, no, for us. So 500 years ago, or 500 years before Jesus Christ was born, Lord Buddha lived in India. Meaning that Lord Buddha lived how many years before today? Tell me. How many years ago from today?
2525.
Exactly, 2525 years ago, Lord Buddha lived, right? I'm just telling you a figure, right? About 500, yeah? It can be different, right? Okay. So you add this one to know how many years ago something happened. Okay. So this is called the historical, the timeline that we normally use. So we like to look at things like it is easy for us to understand something that happened, when you are following this method, it is easy for us. So like we like to start from the birth of Jesus Christ. So we know what happened after that, right? We know after his birth, okay, 500 AD is 500 years after Jesus Christ was born. 500 AD is that, okay. Then 1500 AD means 1505 AD, let's say 1505 years after Jesus Christ was born. Today we are in 2025 AD. Okay. So meaning that in 1505, the Portuguese came to Sri Lanka. The Portuguese, a European country, nation, came to Sri Lanka for the first time in 1505 or 1505. Okay. Meaning that they came to Sri Lanka how many years ago? 520 years ago. Now you understand? Yeah. So they came to our country 520 years ago, but they came to Sri Lanka after the birth of Jesus Christ. I mean, after 1505 years of the birth or since the birth of Jesus Christ. Okay, this is what we call the historical timeline. Okay, this is how you understand this. So 1 AD is where Jesus Christ was born. We have passed 2025 years. And the years before Jesus Christ was born, we call it BC or before Christ. So 1 year before Jesus Christ was born, we call it 1 BC. 50 years before Jesus Christ was born, we can say 50 BC. 500 years before Jesus Christ was born, we can say 500 BC. And Greek civilization started in Crete in 2000 BC, meaning that the people lived in Crete. People lived in the island of Crete in the Minoan civilization. Or that is the first type of civilization that started the settlement. That is more than 4,000 years ago today. Okay, so this is what you need to understand here, right? Okay. Now what happened to the Minoan civilization? Many people started coming to this area from surrounding areas. Okay, not only Crete, not only people in the Crete lived here, but also people from other areas also started coming here. Okay, so what made the civilization? Due to this, the civilization became weak, and they started many people started establishing their own areas. Okay, some of them moved to this bigger area as well, right? So this is how the Minoan civilization went into, let's say, it died kind of, yeah, right? Because people from around the areas came and they started their own villages and settlements and things like that. Okay, so different tribes, different groups of people. So there was no one particular group of people, but different groups of people are coming and starting their own villages. Then you don't have a proper settlement expanding, okay? Because you have many villages now, different types of people living there, right? Okay. But after that, many people shifted to this area, and then by about 700 BC, 700 years before Jesus Christ was born. Okay, now I told you earlier, about 2000 BC, there was a settlement in Crete that we can call it the Minoan civilization. And then after that, many people started migrating here. They started their own villages and small towns, small cities were built. And then by about 700 BC, we see two main cities are coming up, strong cities. They are Athens and Sparta. Okay, they are Athens and Sparta. There were many, but Athens and Sparta are very, very special. Okay, very strong, special, right? Strong, developed, advanced, and special because of that. Okay, so those are the two cities that we will be talking about starting from here onwards. Okay, everybody understand over there? Any questions? Any questions? Okay, so where exactly did the Greek civilization start? In about 2000 BC? Which island? Based on which
Crete.
island?
The Crete.
What was the name of that civilization we can call?
Crete civilization.
No, I gave you another name starting with an M.
Minoan civilization.
Minoan civilization. Yes, correct. Right. And then gradually developed cities, or we can say settlements based on cities started developing. Okay. Or advanced cities started to develop. Tell me two advanced cities that you know in Greece, in Greek civilization. I just told you.
Sparta,
Sparta, very good. We'll start with an A.
Athens,
Athens and Sparta.
Sparta,
Okay. Now, these Athens and Sparta are cities. Okay. They are cities. They have boundaries. They have walls. Okay. This is Athens. Let's say this is Sparta. Okay. Now they have their rulers, so they have their people to rule. It's a different story. I come to that later. But this is a city. At the same time, nobody from outside could go and live here. Okay. Only slaves. Outsiders are not allowed in these cities. Okay. Only people who are there in these cities can live here. So because of that, these are called countries. These are cities but countries. That's crazy, right? Now Sri Lanka has a lot of cities. We are a country. But Athens was also a city, but also a country. Sparta also was a city, but also a country. So these are like small countries, but cities. Okay. So because of that, we call this type of settlements city states. Okay. It is a state. State means country, but it is a city. One city, one state. One city, one country. So Athens is a city state like this. Okay. Sparta is also a city state like this. They are very strong. They were very advanced. They were well planned. People there lived in a very beautiful order. They followed their rules and regulations very well. And their technology was advanced. Their buildings, everything was super, super nice, beautiful, advanced. So these two city states are very, very important when we are talking about the Greek civilization. Okay. Everybody understand, Pute? So
Yes,
if I ask you what are the two city states that originated in Greek civilization? Two city states.
Athens, Sparta.
Athens and Sparta. Very good. Yes. Okay. You can take notes later. Okay. Just put them into your head now. Features of the city states. Right. So if you are talking about a kingdom and a city state, which one is big? What do you think?
Kingdom.
Sparta.
Kingdom is big. City is small, right? Normally, when we are talking about cities and kingdom, of course, the cities are small, right? Kingdoms are big. So, one of the main features of these city states called Athens and Sparta are they are small in size. Okay, small in size. They are not very big. They are not like huge countries. They are just cities, but they are countries. Okay, this is what is called a city state. They are not huge, right? But they are small, but still they are countries. They are states. Okay, they have borders. They have walls. Right? That is their border, right? Okay. So small in size is the main feature of the city states. Okay. So features of the city states such as Athens and Sparta. Okay. Then the next feature or the next aspect or the next quality of these states are that they had a limited population. Their population is not huge. They didn't have millions of people because it's a city, right? So they had only a couple 100,000 people, and so the population was limited. Okay. Limited population means the number of people, right? So they had a limited population because you can't bring all the people from all the world and pack them in the city, right? So these people in the city, they they were limited. Okay, they were not huge in numbers. Okay, right. Then there were citizens of these states. Okay, citizens. So these citizens had political rights. Okay, so let's say for example, there is Athens. Athens is a city state, and there are 100,000 people in Athens. So out of these 100,000 people, um, normally the males, grown males, okay, not women and children, they have something called the voting right, or they have a political right. They can take part in the government, okay, of these states. Okay, so that is a political rights. And if you are a citizen of Athens, you have the political right in Athens. If you are coming to Athens from outside, you don't have political rights. You have to live in Athens. You should be a citizen of the city state called Athens. Then you have political rights. Okay, so that is what the third qualities of these city states. Okay, giving political rights only to the citizens of those states. Political rights are given only to the citizens of the city states. Okay, let's make a note of it now. At this part, we will take a note. The other stuff we can take after the tutor is uploaded next week or the week after that. Okay. Yeah. So now everybody know how we came to Athens and Sparta, right? We started from Crete, and then there was a civilization they are called the Minoan civilization. But then gradually city states got developed like Athens and Sparta, because people settled in those places and made those cities very strong, and they became city states. So they became countries as well. So Athens and Sparta are two good examples for the city states. And these city states had unique features. The qualities of these city states, they are small in size. Athens is not huge, Sparta is not huge. They had a limited population. Their population numbers are not huge but limited. Yeah. And their people had political rights. Okay, but you have to be a citizen of that state to enjoy that political right. Okay, so what is that political right? I come next to that. And yeah, we can discuss about the economy and everything next week. Everybody okay? Right, then tell me three features of the city states Athens and Sparta. Three
In
features.
size,
Small in
Limited-
size, very good. Yes.
limited
Limited population.
Limited population, very good.
political rights only for the people having citizenship.
Very good. Yes, well done. Yeah. Political rights are given to only people who had citizenship in those city states. Okay, they are called city states, right? They are states, they are countries, but they are cities. Okay, that's crazy, right? The countries, they are cities. It's like you're calling my room is my world, something like that, right? Okay, I have a world, but that is my room. Okay, it's small, but it's a world, right? Something like that, right? So city state. Okay, country is a city. How come? But yes, we had cities like this. We had city states like this in the Greek civilization. Athens and Sparta are the examples, right? Okay, now let me tell you one concept, that is, now let's say for example, let's say Athens. Okay, now Athens, the government in Athens want to make some decision. Okay, let's say for example, okay, how much charge are we taxing, how much tax are we charging from people, let's say example. Okay, yeah, so they will ask the people together. Okay, they will ask all the everybody come, all the people of the city will come. I mean, of course, those who are eligible will come, citizens. Then they will ask questions, they will discuss with all the people in the city. Okay, do you like this or no? Okay, whoever likes, everybody like shout like this, something like that. Everybody raise your hand. Okay, like that. So whoever don't like, okay, you do something right. So based on that, they will make decisions, meaning that everybody has a chance to tell their opinion. Okay, so everybody have a chance to engage or involve in governing the country. That is a city state. Okay, so this type of a concept is called democracy. Okay, democracy means that you gather everybody and ask their opinion, and whoever, or if more people like something, you do that. Okay, that is what you call democracy. Okay, let's take a simple example. How many members in your family?
Four.
Five.
Five.
Okay, let's take 5. Okay, right, here's the mom, here's the dad, then here's, right, here's you 3. Okay, yeah, right. Now democracy is like this. Okay, now dad comes home after work. Dad says, kottu roti or fried rice tonight? What's the plan tonight? Now let's ask. Mom says, let's ask everybody. Okay, that is called democracy. Okay, that is called democracy, right? So let's ask everybody. They will gather, you will gather, right? Okay, what do you like? Now dad is asking, right? What do you like? Okay, dad says fried rice. Mom says kottu roti. Now what are you gonna say?
Fried rice.
Fried rice.
Fried rice, okay. Then let's say your brother or sister said kottu roti. Then yeah, fried rice, okay, right. Now how many on the fried rice? How many votes for fried rice? 3 people like fried rice. How many people like kottu?
Two.
2 people like kottu. So who wins? I mean,
Fried rice.
what you will eat?
Fried
Fried
rice.
Fried rice.
Okay, dad will say like dekama ganna bear, right? Only one, right? Only one option, right? Fried rice or kottu. Right. So you will eat fried rice, but 2 people don't like fried rice, but they will still eat fried rice, meaning that they will respect the 3 people, right? They will respect the decision of the 3 people, correct? Yeah, because 3 people agree to eat fried rice, so we will also agree, no problem, right? So this is called democracy. Okay, accepting the opinion of the majority. Now majority means with a big number, so the bigger number is called the majority. So the decision was passed to eat fried rice with the majority of 3 people, so meaning that more people voted for fried rice. So the people who did not vote for fried rice also, they have to accept the decision of the majority. Okay, so let's say if it is a country, okay, there are 100 people in this country. Okay, so now we need a president. We need a president to the country, so we go for a vote, we go for elections. So 51 people voted to a president. Okay, 49 people voted, let's say this is 1 and 2, person 1, person 2. So 51 people voted person 1, 49 people voted person 2. Who will become the president?
Person.
This guy
Person.
Person
No,
become
one.
the president. How? 49 people like him out of 100. 100 people in the country. 100 people in the country. 2 people are running for president. 2 people are going to. Okay, let's say class, your class. Okay, 40 people, 40 students in your class. We need a monitor. They're asking who likes who. Okay, first monitor. Okay, let's say we have Avanya here. Then we have take another. Yeah, girls school maybe. Yeah, Situli here. Sorry, no competition. Okay, just joking. So all right, 40 people. So 21 people say yes to Avanya. Okay. Situli, don't be bad. Don't feel bad. All right. The 19 people said, oh, they like Situli. Okay. Yeah. Who will become the monitor? Who will be the monitor? Yeah, of course, that is called the majority. Okay, that is what you call democracy. Okay, so 19 people who don't like Avanya, will also have to accept that Avanya is the monitor. Okay, we'll have to accept. Then next month Situli is gonna kick Avanya out and come there. That's a different story. Okay, and teacher, she is not doing well. See, yeah, I will do better than her. That's a different story. What I'm saying is majority is that, okay, that is what you call a democracy. So you can run a country also like this, right? You can ask the opinion from the people. What do you like? Okay, which president do you like? Or do you like these taxes? Do you like who are the people you want in the parliament? You can ask people their opinion, right? So this is what you call democracy. And when more people like something, you go with that. When more people when more people made a decision on something like kotroti or fried rice, you go with that. Other people also accept it. This is what you call democracy. Okay, so in Athens and Sparta, mainly Athens, this was the system practiced because there was a democracy, and this democracy is called direct democracy. Direct democracy means direct means straight, no? Direct is straight. So direct democracy means you straight away ask the people. You straight away ask the people, do you like this or no? Hands up those who like it. Okay, we count the hands. Okay, hands up those who don't like it. Okay, we count the hands. Then we check how many people like this, how many people don't like this. Okay, based on the numbers, we decide. That is what you call direct democracy. Okay, direct democracy. Now today also in many countries we have parliaments, right? Even in the parliament this is the same thing. Okay, same type of democracy that is happening in the parliament, similar systems. So what you can understand here is that the Greek civilization is the foundation for modern day politics. Okay, Greek civilization, like how they did it in city states like Athens, is the stepping stone or is the foundation for even today's world politics. Okay, so today we have the parliament. For example, in Sri Lanka we have 225 members in the parliament. Okay, so let's say for example there's a decision to be made in the parliament. Okay, we are going to cancel example. Okay, we are going to cancel exams in Sri Lanka. No exams again. How good, right? Yeah, you like it? Okay, so let's say no exams from tomorrow, right? So the parliament will vote. Let's say 113 people voted in the parliament. We like exams. 112 people voted in the parliament. We don't like exams. So one vote is more here, and there will be exams. Okay, that is why there are exams. Okay, just kidding. Okay, so in the parliament also, even today, we practice this model of Athens. Okay, so it is for the first time in the world that direct democracy was practiced. Okay, this concept was practiced first in the world ever in the city of Athens and Sparta. Okay, mainly in Athens, right? This concept is called direct democracy, meaning that all the citizens are getting involved in making decisions or making political decisions for the country. Okay, direct democracy, all the citizens will be involved in it. Okay, right? Everybody understand about it? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right, so now we will talk about a few people and then we say bye for today. Few people who are important in mainly Greece or city of Athens and Greece. Then economy and their lifestyle, everything we will discuss next week. Okay, right? Because this lesson can be a little tough for some people because there are a lot of very weird, awkward names. Okay, yeah, all these are Greek names, right? Very old Greek names, very difficult to remember sometimes. Okay, now Crete is okay. Minoan, those kind of words also little difficult. Athens, Sparta, short words, it's okay, but there are many people's names, it will be a little difficult for you to remember, but we will practice as much as we can. Okay, right? Now there was a ruler in Athens called Pericles. Okay, now see the first name, right? Pericles. Pericles is a very strong ruler in Athens, and he's the one who built a place called Acropolis. Okay, what is Acropolis? Acropolis is a huge area built on top of a hill. Okay, so in this Acropolis you have government buildings, you have like temples, religious places, where people can worship and people can government offices and places of worship, everything, right? It's like a area, a very safe area. Yeah, that is that those areas were called acropolis. Okay, in Athens also there was an acropolis like this. So let's say, for example, if somebody is attacking Athens, people would gather in acropolis because it is safe, because it is on top of a hill, and they can do their worship and they can do the activities there. Okay, so acropolis is something like that. You can even see that today. It is the capital, we can say it is the capital of Athens. Okay, it is like, capital inside the city, right? Main place inside the city of Athens. Okay, so this is on top of a small hill, right? So this is the most important place in Athens, Acropolis, built by a ruler called Pericles. Okay, so Acropolis is that, right? Let's take a look at Acropolis. Photos of Acropolis in Greece. We can still see them, like not 100% intact, but we can see some buildings, ruins of some buildings there. As you will see, they are very, very beautiful. Okay, the architecture, the designs and all, they're very beautiful. Okay, yeah, so these are some photos of the Acropolis. You see the big halls and like temples or places of worship, stuff like that. Okay, so they are built on hills, right? So this is what we call Acropolis. That is the capital inside Athens, or capital of the capital, yeah, something like that. So this is very important place, built by Pericles. Okay, right. So now what happened, Pute, after some time, these Greek nation states, like for example Athens, Sparta, they started fighting each other. Okay, like for power. I have to tell you that Athens is like more like little innocent. Athens did not, like try to capture other cities. But Sparta is very aggressive. Okay, Sparta is very, like, everybody in Sparta were very like soldier type, right? Like they are very aggressive and they want to expand their power. The Spartans. People in Athens are like kind of, they were advanced, but they bother they they like to mind their own business. But then there were battles. Okay, there were battles between these different city states like Athens, Sparta, different city states. Then what happened was, Bude, there was a king in Macedonia called King Philip. Macedonia is a kingdom very close to Greece. Okay, I show you this part. Here you can see the northern part of Greece. Can you see, Bude, the photo here? The northern part of Greece. Here we can see Macedonia, right? Macedonia. So there was a king from Macedonia. He saw this opportunity. He saw, like, these people in the Greece or Greek civilization, they're fighting. So let's attack Greece, because when you are enemy, when your enemy is weak, you take opportunity. You try to attack them and you try to defeat them, right? So this is what King Philip in Macedonia did. He launched a huge invasion on Greece, captured many areas in Greece. Okay, then he died. Then his son came and continued the invasion, and he is called King Alexander. Now, when we are talking about Greek civilization, Alexander is very important. Alexander made this an empire. Okay, Greek empire. So the founder of Greek empire is Alexander. He is originally from Macedonia. He captured Greece and established a huge empire in Greece. Later, Alexander captured many countries after this. Okay, captured Persia, came all the way very close to India also, right? And captured Egypt, Egyptian, these areas, parts of Turkey, then Persia or Iran. We came up to Indian border, right? He didn't capture India because it was too big even for him, right? He captured a huge area later, right? So King Alexander or Alexander the Great, as we call him, is a Macedonian king basically who captured Greece later. Okay, he became the king of Greece after that, and he became an emperor after that. Okay, because he started capturing many other countries, many other countries. Okay, so King Philip is the father of King Alexander. King Philip is the one who attacked Greece first or captured Greece first, but King Philip died, and his son Alexander came to power in Greece. Greece surrendered, and it was controlled by Alexander after that, for quite some time, right? Alexander was only 16 years old when he captured Greece. Only 16 years old. And he didn't live much. Okay, he died when he was 32 years old. This king called Alexander, okay, for your knowledge. Yeah. So within the 16 years, he captured many areas in the world until India, until the border of India. Okay, so many areas. That's why we call him Alexander the Great. He's very powerful king, right? Okay. So that's enough for today, and we will continue from here next week. Okay, right? So let me ask you a few questions before we say bye. What is the concept practiced by people in city-states in Greece? What is the concept practiced by people in the city-states in Greece?
Voting.
For voting, what is the concept? What is the name of that concept? What democracy is it?
Archaeology democracies.
Direct democracy. Yeah, direct democracy. Yeah, gathering people in a city and asking for their opinion, asking for their decision, or asking them to get involved in making what decisions? Political decisions. That is what we call direct democracy. Okay, direct democracy. Okay, if you remember, tell me the leader who built Acropolis in Greece. Oh, Athens. Pericles. Okay. What did he build?
Acropolis.
Right. Tell me the first Macedonian king who invaded Greece but died later.
Alexander.
No. Who invaded first and died later? King Philip. Yeah. And what was his son's name? Alexander. So Alexander also captured Greece. Yes. Okay. That is all you need to remember. Okay. Right. So King Philip invaded Greece. He couldn't complete the invasion because he died before his time. Then his son, King Alexander, continued the battle and he captured Greece. Okay, so this is all you need to remember for today. Next week, we will talk a lot of things about Greece economy, their costumes, architecture, food style, trade, agriculture. Talk about the Greek civilization next week. Yeah. Any questions? Next week we can finish Greek civilization and Roman civilization. Not very big, but it's okay. Yeah, you can do within 2 weeks. Yeah, we'll finish Greek civilization next week, and Roman civilization we'll keep it to the end of this month. Yeah, Pute, any question?
No, sir.
Miss Sandhu, you okay? Miss Sandhu, you okay, Pute? All right, that's enough for today. Take care. Bye bye. God bless you. We'll see you next week. I will finish the tute and try to upload you this week or the next. Is okay. But you all can start reading unit number 4 tute. Okay. You all have to revise now because exams are coming. I mean, don't worry, but you can revise and you can be ready. Yeah. So 3 units are enough. You can start reading all the tutes from the beginning for the 3 units. Okay. Yeah. I will send you some questions over. But second term, don't worry too much about it. I know you all will face well. The knowledge that you have is enough. For the third term, we'll do a serious paper. Okay, nice paper. Yeah. Until next week, take care. Bye bye. God bless you. Good night. See you.